Hello and welcome to another Let's Play, or actually no, this is a side play, by me, GamerWolfSix, of SimTower. On the Let's Play we're next to, we got a whole bunch of population, and now we're lowering prices so that, population gets a bit more stable. I'm having a timer this time so I can be like, okay, I can know when I can just give up on certain things and just continue on. You really need to lower these places because people are just losing this shit all the time. Click. How are conditions terrible? Like, rent is average, and there isn't really much you can do about traffic. I mean, we got like 5 express elevators and 4 elevators to every section at least, so... And we have as many escalators as we can. Lord. So, yes. Long and arduous journey of clicking these things individually and changing it. Which reminds me of another game that did something like this. Except in this one, it's just, oh, conditions are terrible, they leave you lower prices. Bueno. There are things I like about Fable games. The thing I hated about Fable 3 is... So in the first game, you can generate money by buying, I think it's just one house in every village, and then renting it out, and it's pretty much just that. And I think you can upgrade it to get more money and maybe have more amount of it stored at the place so you can pick it up. For some reason they just can't have money just stay there. You have to periodically pick it up because reasons. In the second game, it's been a long time, but I think you can buy pretty much every house and stuff. Yeah, like house and place that sells things, store in the kingdom. And you can set rent and whatnot, which affects, like, I think quality of items. So if you have like high rent and high prices and things, the quality's gonna be bad. But if you have it low, then you'll have better quality items. It'll be more expensive items, so it's gonna be better quality items. But yeah, you just buy it and just sit on that nice little cash cow and everything's good. In the third game, you can kind of do the same thing, except there's one big problem. You don't have to worry about stores, but when it comes to homes, you have the problem of them degrading slowly. And the problem with that is that when they degrade to a certain level, the people in those places go, oh, conditions are terrible, we're not going to pay any money, which I do wish people could do in real life, because, fuck renters that don't do anything. But like in the game, you have to fix it manually. And to do that, you'd go to that other worlds, click on the area, click on the building, say repair this. Yes, I want to repair this. It gets repaired. Problem with that is when you have a kingdom that you own all the property to, that can take a considerable amount of time going to those places, clicking on the building, going to the next one, and so on. Which when you have to do that, like, what? Once every couple hours? That's kind of a pain. Especially, too bad you just can't go repair it. Just automatically have take a certain amount of the renting money and put it into repair, or or just repair all, or if you don't have the money, repair up to the point that I'm out of money and these things would be as adequate as we could be with said money. But no, you'd have to actually manually go to every single fucking one of those places and fix it. So, come on. was kind of hoping to look at a trope, but I'm really just banging this shit out right here. Because I want to get done with SimTower today. The unfortunate thing is, you have to have 15,000 population, which, like right up there, I've done that. Not sure if I'm supposed to hold it, but at some point I'm supposed to have somebody get married, in which case I win the game. When is somebody going to get married? That's the question. I'm just kind of hoping that, soonish. So I can just be like, sup, bitches? At least I'm doing better in this game than I did on my previous channel, where I would, like, have this entire building filled out, and yet, we still didn't have that population at that level. Which would be terrible. Like, I'm fine with micromanaging. I'm fine with needing to micromanage, like, an early game. Because, hey, you need to get every nickel and dime and shit. I always hate games like this, like Fable 3, where it's like, you need to micromanage in the beginning, and as things go on, things expand, but the still needing to micromanage is just there. Just like, couldn't think of a better way to do this. Like, this game you can understand because it's old, and their capabilities with being able to do stuff in games like this weren't that good, and also, like, you didn't have that much knowledge on video games and all that stuff back then. When it's like more modern games, it's like, come on. You have the knowledge, you have maybe the technology, maybe not the budget, but you could at least do a click all. God, I miss Peter Molyneux. But it's like, come on, dude. I'd say, like, people talk about Fable and stuff like that. Whatever happened in Black and White? There was a first game, and it was clunky, but I liked it. I really loved it as a kid. There was a second game. It really smoothed out a lot of shit. And there wasn't a third game, but it was like, okay. So, why is it that I don't seem to hear about this game ever from anyone? I mean, I can't say I hear Fable a ton, but Lionhead was a known studio. Fable was a known game. There are bunches of people that knew Fable. I don't remember anyone ever telling me about Black and White. One thing I do hate about Peter Molyneux games is, that whole thing of, hey, you can be a dick in this game. Why would you want to be a dick in this game? To be a dick. Like, there is that kind of moral quandary thing of, that I think of, hey, so, you want to be, so you're kind of the bad guy. Why are you the bad guy? And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do stuff while thinking, and it's like kind of hard. Hey, trying to think and do things is hard. But it's like, sometimes you're evil in games because, hey, you're just evil or something. And then there's like evil in games because, hey, you know, you want a thing, you have a craving for a thing, you go for it, like you do shit because you want the money or something like that. But then there's other games which I really do feel strong in Peter Molyneux's corner, where it's like, you're bad because you're just being a douchebag. Like me in, was it medieval Total War? I'm kind of the bad guy. I mean, like, I didn't start wars. I am in a lot of wars because people hate me. The thing is, when wars are happening, they tend to happen, oh, because people attack me. Again, my mouth is running, but my mind is not catching up. The reason why I'm a bad guy in a game like that is because whenever I go to town, most of the time I fucking murder everyone. Why? Because that's how it keeps people in line. Well, A, that's how it keeps people in line. I don't have to keep taxes low, which will make them populate out of control. People go, oh, this guy's the bad guy, we should probably not keep our heads too high in revolts. Also, the population's low, so people are happier with not being in a crowd fucking city. But then also, another thing, it causes dread in my characters, which, hey, in that game, if you have, there's the valor, dread slider. Valor makes, your people happier because, hey, you're courageous and all that stuff. And also makes your soldiers have higher moral because, hey, they're fighting with the good guy. Which, moral's good and all, but I usually don't worry about that because in games with morality, when it comes to that, there's only two reasons why moral fails me, and one, morale. And it's because either A, the people, I'm either overstressing a unit too much, or B, we are most likely going to lose this battle. In which case, having more morale won't do jack fucking shit. But then you get like, dread, which I like more because that makes the enemy more likely to flee because they do not want to be murdered, death, killed, which saves my men and costs more of their men. That thing. And also dread, I think keeps people in line if it's high enough. They're less likely to stick their heads up if they know the guy on top will fucking kill them if anything happens. If they are a bit too uppity. You know what I mean? But, yeah. In that game, it's like, I'm the bad guy. Maybe a bit too much of a bad guy, but it's also kind of I need to murder all these people so their overpopulated asses don't overthrow me when I take over a place. And then, let's see. There are some other games where I'm a jerk, but it's like I'm a jerk for a reason. Then again, bringing it back, in Peter Molyneux games, it's just kind of like, I'm a jerk because I'm a jerk. There isn't a lot of Peter Molyneux games where it's like, oh, I'm going to do the bad thing because I need the money, or I really hate this person, or or something. It's I'm the bad guy because, like, the only time I think I've done anything bad in a Peter Molyneux game is in, like, Fable 2, where you wind up in a place where, like, these things like, hey, we need to make one of you guys old to keep this guy living forever because fuck, he made a pact, and you either get the choice of you holding onto the thing getting old or giving it to someone else and they getting old. And I gave it to somebody else because, fuck, I don't know who this person is and I don't want to get old myself. And, like, personally, I've just been like, yeah, but we just both get the fuck out of here. We don't need that person. No, actually, we do, but we only need it for a little bit, but age. Let's see. And, like, the real, like, bad guy thing I could think of in the game that, like, is above ground is in the third game where, spoilers, but again, this game's been out for, like, what, 10 years, maybe? It's been out for a long time. Where, turns out, there's an evil horror coming towards your place, and you have to raise up a sizable amount of money to fight it off. So then it's like, hey, do you keep your words? Do you improve these people's lives? Spend money to do it? Or do you, increase taxes and all that stuff and don't improve their lives? So you can raise an army so you can fight off that thing so nobody dies. But then luckily, if you know a little bit about it, you can just, have properties, generate wealth for an extended period of time, and then just put it all into the money thing, and then you just go, oh, look at this. We can fulfill all the promises and make everybody's lives super fantastic, and also fight off the Eldritch Horror. Eldritch Horror. But yeah. I can't wait for me to start doing Evil Genius because, hey, those side plays are pretty much, I can do whatever I want on my phone. I could listen to a podcast. Don't really need to talk or do anything. I just periodically look at the screen and go, hey, somebody's messing up shit, you guys deal with it, or hey, nothing's really happening, that's cool. Because it's when side plays where I have to do shit, and it's like, And I used to not do side plays, like in my old channel, because I would just, play it on my own time, which, hey, I don't get to watch TV, I don't get to listen to podcasts, but hey, it's, it's more content, me having to deal with other shit. I mean, more content, and you get to see how this game's played, etc., etc. That's kettle of fish. I think that's enough, right? How's hotel? Well, I guess this is the morning, so yeah, that's okay. Mother fucking What is the point? Well, anyways, that's gonna be the end of this thing. So let's play it so that all things can be thought. And save it. So anyways, thank you all. Side play. And see ya.